And we're delighted to welcome to the studio the very wonderful Roma Joshi, who's joining us from Vienna. That would be Vienna, Virginia. Joshi, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Now, you're a pianist, and you're also, I understand, in the 10th grade at your school, and that's a public high school. When did you first begin playing the piano?
I began playing the piano at 6 years old. Originally, I started out in music garden, so I mainly just focused on like note reading. And then as I started progressing like through the years, I realized that I really had a passion for music, and I love like adding dynamics and just different color to my music. So I started working with Suyi Chen, who is currently my teacher.
And Yu Chen is your piano teacher, and I understand you
Yes.
don't have to travel too far to
Yeah.
study with her. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so today it's every Monday. I go to her house and I just play at her studio. I think Suyi Chen, I always wanted to be like one of her students. And it's great that I can just like walk to her house, and it's just an easy time commute.
So your teacher, Yu Chen, is your neighbor.
Yes.
I see. I see. And what kind of repertoire are you working on these days?
Right now I'm working on a Chopin in A minor and also a Gershwin prelude.
Uh-huh. Um, and for virtual concert halls, you performed the Haydn Piano Sonata.
Yes, and the Ginastera.
Which piece by Genestera?
La Danza di la Mosa Danosa.
Uh-huh. Wow. I'm very now. Did you perform that in Carnegie Hall?
Yes.
So when was that? Was that this year or
Uh,
last year?
it was this year, November 24th.
November 24th, a few weeks ago.
Yes.
Now, was that your debut at Carnegie Hall?
Yeah, it was.
How did you feel about that? Well, had you been to New York before?
Um, I hadn't really seen the sights that much. We stayed for a week, so we got to
Oh,
see like the Statue of Liberty and then Carnegie Hall. We got to tour like the entire area.
well, between the Statue of Liberty and Carnegie Hall, there's also a lot of other
Yeah.
things to see. Yeah. So, but what was it like to walk into Carnegie Hall, one of the most famous performing venues, really on the in the world? What was that like?
Um, it was very scary at first. I was excited. It was also really cold, so I had to wear gloves almost the entire time. Um, but just going up on stage and performing, I think it was I was nervous and it was scary, but also it felt right and I felt at peace with like what I had achieved so far.
So you were excited and maybe a little bit nervous, but it didn't affect your performance. You were able
Yeah.
to play despite the thrill of being at Carnegie Hall. So you were on the same stage that so many great artists have performed. And did you play the whole sonata or a movement?
I just played one piece of the movement, and then I went straight to Ginistera.
I see.
Yes.
And how was it? Were you well received by the audience? I'll bet you
I
were.
hope so.
And what are your plans for the future? You're only in the 10th grade,
Yeah.
so you're probably not even thinking about college yet, are you?
I am. I do hope though that I get to play with an orchestra, perhaps in Carnegie Hall, because that's something I've never done before, and I would really like to do that.
I see. Do you think you'll try to get into a music school? Do you think music will be a career for you, or just always something you'll do on the side?
I think I was thinking about music as a minor, maybe,
Ah,
just so I could keep playing throughout college. But I think no matter where I'll be in life, I'll always just have a piano near me and just play whenever I can.
that's right. And what compositions would you not played yet that you're looking forward to learning someday? What are your
Um,
favorites?
I really hope to learn some Rachmaninoff. Um, I really like Rachmaninoff, especially like his movements with orchestras. I would just really like to learn Rachmaninoff.
Hmm. Are there any pianists that you admire especially?
Yuja Wang, I just see that like she has a lot of passion, and she has really strong fingers. So,
Have you seen her live?
I saw her live when I was younger, but I don't think I've seen her live recently.
She's my favorite pianist because she clearly has the technique. There's no question
Yeah,
about that. Lots of pianists can get the notes, even brilliant pianists, but she just has a sparkle and it's hard to describe a certain clarity to her playing that's just unique to me.
yeah.
And she can do anything, and she seems to be a very wonderful individual. So that's a good role model. Any other pianists that you admire?
Also Long Long. I love like his little book. I think he made like a piece on Spotify, well, an album on Spotify, and it's just like him playing like the well-tempered clavier stuff like that. I just like to listen to that whenever I study or do something else. So
Long Long, I've only met him a couple of times. Has a very wonderful sense of humor as well.
yeah.
So he's quite a character. Well, that's two good role models for you. Do you have any schools in mind that you might like to apply to?
I was thinking like UC Berkeley because I like California and it's warmer there. Um, or perhaps like going upstate to like Massachusetts or Rhode Island.
I can recommend Massachusetts. That's where I'm talking to you from.
Oh,
We have some wonderful schools here. No doubt you've heard of the New England Conservatory and the Boston College, and there's a little school called Harvard uh, that you can go to as well. And I'm sure you could minor. I went to Boston University on the other side of the river, and so there's no shortage of schools here in
yeah.
Boston. Yeah. Well, Roma, we wish you the very best in your studies and your career and your future, and we look forward to hearing you performing. So thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Roma.